There are things people say when they think the moment is casual, when the drinks are good and the conversation is easy and the person across from them feels safe enough to be honest. And then years later, that honesty becomes a bomb. Not because it was a lie, but because it was true. Tonight's story is about a brother, a promotion, a ring, and the question of whether the person who lit the fuse is the one who made everything explode. This is his story, in his own words. 8 months ago, he and his older brother went out for drinks after helping a cousin move. They were talking about work, money, the future. His brother mentioned he wanted to buy a house but couldn't qualify for the one he actually wanted. Then he mentioned his girlfriend was likely getting a big promotion, and then he laughed and said, "Once she gets that promotion, I'm finally putting a ring on it. Between both our incomes, we'll qualify for the house I actually want." OP asked if he was serious. His brother said he was always going to marry her, but the timing matters. He wasn't stupid. At a family cookout, OP found himself alone outside with his brother's fiancée. She mentioned she was considering leaving her job after the wedding. The stress wasn't worth it anymore. Without thinking too hard about it, OP said, "You should probably talk to my brother before you do that." She asked why. And after hesitating, he told her about the conversation from 8 months ago. That night, she confronted his brother. They argued for hours. The wedding is now on hold while she figures things out. His brother is furious. Says OP took a drunken conversation out of context and made him sound like he was using her for her salary. Their parents think OP should have stayed out of it. Some friends think she deserved to know before making a lifelong commitment. OP is clear he wasn't trying to sabotage anything. He says if he'd wanted to cause trouble, he could have told her months ago. He only said something because she was about to quit the exact job his brother had specifically named. Reddit's verdict: not the asshole. 96% upvoted. Here's the thing about what his brother actually said. He didn't say, "I want to marry her when the time is right." He didn't say, "I want us to be financially stable before we take that step." He said, "Once she gets that promotion, I'm finally putting a ring on it. Between both our incomes, we'll qualify for the house I actually want." That sentence puts the promotion first. The ring is conditional on what she brings to the table financially. And the house he actually wants, is the thing that closes the sentence. His brother will say that's not what he meant. That finances are part of every major life decision. And there's something to that. Most couples consider what their combined income makes possible. But most couples have that conversation together. They don't one night admit to a sibling, laughing, that the ring is contingent on an incoming salary bump, and then let her believe the proposal was purely about love and the right moment. There's also something worth naming about the house. He didn't say they needed her income to afford a house. He said they needed her income to afford the house he actually wanted. His standard. His vision. Her salary as the mechanism to unlock it. And what does it mean that he said, "I'm finally putting a ring on it"? Finally. As if the ring had been ready and waiting, held back not by doubt about her, but by a number on a pay stub. She probably assumed the proposal came when it did, because something clicked, because he was ready. Maybe all of that was true too, but it wasn't the whole story. Now think about what OP learned at that cookout. His brother's fiancée was considering leaving the exact job his brother had named as the financial prerequisite for the proposal. If she quit, and if the marriage turned out to be built on a calculation she didn't know about, she would have been walking into that blindly. Not because she made a bad choice, but because someone decided the information wasn't hers to have. The question isn't really whether his brother loves her. I think he probably does. The question is whether she deserved to know that somewhere in the architecture of how this proposal happened, her promotion was load-bearing. The top comment landed firmly on one side. She deserved to know this before she legally committed to him for life. Whatever his brother's intentions, the information was consequential, and she had a right to it before signing anything. But there was a strong counter-argument that OP should have confronted his brother privately first and let him be the one to tell her. Going directly to her bypassed his brother entirely and made it feel like an ambush rather than a disclosure. And then there was this one, the sharpest observation in the thread. He hasn't disputed the words, he's disputed the interpretation, which means on some level, he knows what those words reveal. His anger at OP isn't really about being misrepresented. It's about being seen. Here's where Wren lands on this one. OP didn't start this. He heard something once, filed it away, and tried to forget it. He wasn't looking for a moment to detonate it. But the moment found him, in a conversation with a woman who was about to make a decision that would have been shaped by information she didn't have. I keep thinking about the fiancé. She said yes to a proposal not knowing that a salary increase had anything to do with its timing. She spent months planning a wedding, imagining a future, believing the man who asked had chosen her freely and completely. She didn't do anything wrong. She was just the last person in the room to have the full picture. His brother is angry because the secret got out. But the secret was never really OP's to keep. It was a truth that belonged to her. And it just happened to spend 8 months in the wrong hands. Whatever comes next, at least she gets to make the choice with her eyes open. That's not nothing. More whispers are coming. Follow Wren so you never miss one. I'll see you in the shadows.